Hey there, Facebook. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer, and coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I'm bringing you a message inspired by just an experience I had last night and something that the leader of a team, where I came in and just gave an hour presentation to a bunch of beautiful human beings who I was really excited to be able to connect with. Anyway, one of the things that she actually said during that time was hustle with heart. And it kind of just like, when she said it, I was like, I'm taking notes, even though I was in there to kind of present that day. She said it and it just totally resonated with me. And I just wanted to share it with you in the hope that it inspires you as well. And I've kind of got two messages in one. God, I keep doing this. That's the first message I want to share with you guys around hustle with heart and what that really means and how you can utilize it to really empower yourself. But secondly, I want to tell you a funny story about what actually happened last night. So about a couple of weeks ago, I had a woman reach out to me, say that she'd been following my work and asked me if I would be interested and open to coming and presenting to a team where there's about, I think, 7,000 people in the community. And they do like a live kind of empowerment sort of session with their team in their company. And anyway, invited me to come in as a guest speaker and meet with them and connect with them and empower them and talk all things self-worth and empowerment. And so, okay, I was like, yeah, absolutely. I love every opportunity that I get to connect with amazing human beings and talk about the stuff that I believe really actually matters. So, of course, I said yes. And anyway, it was kind of a little bit of back and forth. I asked, can you give me some of the challenges that your team, has, so I can make sure that I'm tailoring a great presentation directly for them. Anyway, we had a bit of back and forth, and then it ended up kind of in these emails kind of being like, oh, it's kind of more like, the host is going to interview you. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's even easier. I just rock up and I just, get hit with the questions, which I know you guys know how much I love questions and how energizing they are to be kind of put on the spot. So I love that. Anyway, so I thought, okay, fine, awesome. Don't really need much preparation for that. Show up, bring my best. And then it turns out I jump into this Zoom call and there was like 300 people live there, and I'd never actually met the host, so we just kind of connected a little bit in front of all these people, and then she was kind of like, oh, I'll just introduce you and then like the stage is yours. And I was like, okay, cool. That's how it's going to be. It's not an interview at all. And it was kind of really exciting and fun for me because I'm like, you guys who know me enough by now, you've listened to enough of my videos. I hope you know how much I love spontaneity, how much I have the belief that I thrive in uncertainty. So to me, to kind of be thrown on the spot and be like, okay, I'm given a presentation, talk about self-worth, what can I hit these guys with and bring maximum value with? The side note of this story is to trust yourself and back yourself and have a kind of belief that empowers you, like mine. I have taken the time, energy, and effort to instill within me the kind of empowering belief. Two of them actually. Number one, I thrive in uncertainty. When you have that kind of belief, you bring that kind of state to all that you do. If you have the kind of belief that's kind of like you just kind of fell into this belief and you're like, being uncertain and not prepared is totally scary and I fail, you're probably going to fail. That's kind of the state that you're going to bring. So your beliefs are absolutely really powerful. The second belief on top of I thrive in uncertainty is that I've taken the time to instill within me is that I trust and believe in my ability to always figure things out. And I probably have a third one, which is my best comes in uncertainty. My best comes when I'm put on the spot. That's why I love the questions that you guys ask me. I love getting to be able to just go in and spontaneously just bring my best. And that's what I got the opportunity of to do yesterday, even though I kind of wasn't expecting it at all, but it was totally fun and totally exhilarating and absolutely puts me in a great state to be able to be on the edge and kind of be put on the spot. So I loved it, and it was amazing, and such beautiful human beings that I've gotten to kind of connect with now, and I'm really excited about connecting more with them. I love people who are doing this very thing that I've titled today's topic, which is hustling with heart. And I want to bring it back to that. And this beautiful host, saying that to me was just like, oh my God, that's so good. Hustle with heart. To me, what that means is to absolutely be an action taker, to do your best, to give your best always, but to do it with absolute heart. It's what I was speaking to you guys about, I think 2 days ago, in that Facebook Live around tapping into inspired action. It's not just enough to have that heart, to have that inspiration. It's not just enough to have that hustle and that action taking. You have to use both in conjunction with one another to absolutely tap into your best. And that's what it's all about. If you're just hustling, you might be getting a lot of action done, you might be achieving some stuff, but really, are you feeling that fulfillment? The kind of fulfillment that can only come from you operating with real heart, with real inspiration. And so I really, really hope that, me sharing just that kind of simple kind of way of talking into how to tap into our best is going to inspire you to hustle with heart. And also me sharing the story with you guys about what my experience was last night in terms of not at all being prepared for what I was going to do, because I thought it was an interview and not a presentation, but I feel like I rocked it anyway, and I brought my best because I have instilled empowering beliefs within me, which I really invite you to do. And if there's an area of your life right now where you would be totally petrified to say, be unprepared. Sorry, I've got my sounds going on. I usually have all my notifications off. But if you've got an area of your life where you can get totally petrified, like for you to not be prepared or something like that, I challenge you to ask yourself, what is the belief that is underlying that fear? Because you've got it and you didn't choose it. You didn't get intentional. You got it by default, right? So what we need to do is in any area of our life where we feel a sense of disempowerment, like where we have that kind of fear, we first of all need to identify the fear. We need to face it and follow it and shine light on it. But then we also need to ask ourselves, what is the belief that is driving that fear? What is it that I'm thinking and believing that generates that fear in that circumstance, in that situation, in whatever, right? And then what we need to do is, instead of being trapped by that belief that's been set up by default, we need to start living by design, by intention. And we need to start generating the kind of belief that would be truly empowering for us to navigate that situation. For instance, if you have a fear of, say, public speaking, but it would really serve you in your mission, in your career, in your business, in all that you do, then you want to go in, you want to tackle that fear. You want to see, what's that belief? What is that belief? Maybe it's something like, oh, like every time I get on stage or I start to present or I start to talk to a group of people, I freeze up and I get in fear and I don't feel worthy and I feel like I'm just going to stumble my words. I'm going to turn all red. It's going to be totally embarrassing. Whatever those kind of beliefs and fears that are driving that fearful behavior in action of not getting up in public speaking, if you really want to master the skill of public speaking, just using this as an example, you've got to go in and go to town with the fears and the beliefs that are driving your perception of that kind of behavior. And instead, you've got to rewrite the program. What would be a really totally empowering belief if you could instill it within you that would totally move you in the direction of being amazing, being super comfortable and energized and excited to actually public speak? Then we've got to get that in drumming within you. So, go to town with it. Ask yourself, if I could think and believe this about public speaking, what would it be that would totally energize me and engage me and bring out my best? For me, it's always going to come around the fact that I thrive in uncertainty. And I love nothing more than talking about the stuff that really matters with a purpose of hustling with heart, right? With a purpose of absolutely giving my all and hopefully adding enough value to inspire the greatness out of somebody else. And that is enough for me to get over any sort of childish fears that limit me from being able to bring my best and live my purpose and my mission. All right, so really hoping that me sharing all of this is helping and supporting each and every one of you guys. It is less than 24 hours until the very first monthly masterclass in the Limitless Potential Academy launches tomorrow. It's all happening. I am so excited to bring that to you guys. And tool number one that I'm going to be bringing to you guys in the monthly masterclass is the number one tool that completely revolutionized my life when I entered self-development. And I want to give you exactly what I was given, but better. I want to give you not only the teachings and the learnings that completely transformed my relationship with self and with others, but also tools to enlarge that, tools to grow, and tools to contribute with that, because that is what fulfillment is all about. And you've got to get into inspired action to do so. And I want to give you the system to be able to do that. And that's all in just the first monthly masterclass. So I really hope any of you guys who haven't joined yet, I hope that you are absolutely going to join today, because it starts tomorrow and I do not want you guys to miss out at all. Got so much in store for you guys. So excited. Oh my God. And for all of you guys who have already joined, oh my gosh, you guys are lighting my world up. Every time I get a notification, I got a new student, I'm like energized, excited, because I've got so much in store for you. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for giving me the opportunity to live my inspired purpose and my mission. So much love and gratitude to each and every one of you guys. And make sure you're dropping me any questions, any comments, any bits of wisdom that you want to share with the community right now. I'd love to hear from you. And I want to check in and say hi, as always. So I've got Mark here, awesome, and Elliot, awesome, and John and Tanya and Ram and Rob, and hello to you, Elliot, and Gabrielle, awesome, and Marcine, hello, and Huss is here, and Gabrielle, it's so great to see you live, beautiful, and Jeremy and Jacqueline and Anthony and Tomakan and Riyadh, much love to you, my friend, and Dawn's here, yay, and Stephen and Elliot. Life is generally very uncertain. Better to accept and embrace that than to fight it. Abso-freaking-lutely. You are speaking my language, because at the end of the day, we're all kind of trying to chase that control, that certainty. But at the end of the day, the only two things that you can ever control are the things that you, the actions that you take and the meanings that you place on things outside of you. You know, you've got to bring it back to that. And no, that's why one of my favorite books in personal development, an absolute classic by Susan Jeffers, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. The entire thesis of that book is one of those empowering beliefs that I've instilled within myself that I encourage you to do as well, which is that I trust and believe in my ability to figure things out. That is the greatest level of certainty that you can ever hope to instill within yourself throughout the journey of unpredictability and uncertainty that absolutely life is bringing to us in every moment. Couldn't agree more there, Elliot. And Eduardo's here, and Huss. There goes that repetition making a message really sink in again, lol. Those are some really empowering beliefs to have, V. Awesome. I love that, Huss. So grateful for you. And yes, what does Tony Robbins say? Repetition is the mother of skill. So definitely, and I love that you had some success with that repetition today. Awesome. I love hearing that, Huss. And Alexandria, hello to you, my spirit sister. Always love having you here. And Dawn, Huss told me you're on. So glad I can see you live, and even more exciting for tomorrow's lesson and new masterclass. Love it, absolutely, Dawn. And I love you guys are connecting and like making sure that you're joining me live. That touches my heart so much. And Dawn, I can't wait to share the first monthly masterclass with you and the team. I am super pumped. I can't wait to see how you guys go in terms of growing from these tools, and I know you guys are action takers, so no doubt about it, you're going to get immense value out of these masterclasses. So good. And Bob's here. Awesome to see you, my friend. And Elliot, hustle powered by the heart. Absolutely. No better kind of hustle, in my opinion, than being driven by the heart. You know, when your heart and soul is in everything that you do, you are unstoppable. You are unshakable. And that is what you need in order to create not just achievement, but fulfillment in your life. You've got to have those powers combined. So I love that, Elliot. And Alexandria, yes, masterclass tomorrow. Can't wait. And Huss, oops, hit return too early. They're like superpowers or awesome cheat codes for life. Gonna start adopting those beliefs today because right now mine are like the total opposites of those. Boom. I love that, Huss. And I know you are such an action taker and you have such dedication and commitment to your personal growth. So appreciate that about you, and I love that you are jumping on board and shifting some of those beliefs, because at the end of the day, it is those beliefs that determine our results. You know, they determine our direction and ultimately our destiny. So you've got to tackle them. There is nothing more empowering than really diving in deep, and sometimes the best way to tackle the most disempowering beliefs, sometimes, probably always, is to actually follow your fears. What are you most afraid of? What are you most fearful of? Follow it, track it down. What's the belief driving it, and make some shifts there. You know, you guys who've been, again, following me for a long time, you absolutely know that I'm always talking about aligning your conscious mind with your subconscious. You know, 96% of the mind's capacity, according to Alan Schneider from the Center of the Mind at Sydney University, has done this research, and he really does believe that 96% of the mind's capacity resides in your subconscious, only 4% in the conscious mind. That's why I'm always telling you guys that it is our conscious mind that is the goal setter. We say out here exactly what we want to achieve, but it's the subconscious that is the goal getter or not getter, depending on whether it's in alignment with your conscious mind. So you've got to tackle all of those beliefs that are there by default that you haven't been intentional with. Those are the ones that are determining your results. So we've got to dive in deep. We've got to track it down. We've got to follow it through. And I know already, Huss, you've got some of these tools already because you were part of the 8-week empowerment program and you did phenomenally well. You amazing graduate, you. So I love that, Huss. And Humayun. I've probably butchered your name, but I love you being here. And Dawn, I'm loving that you're loving my blouse today. Thank you, my friend. We're still going to do that shopping trip. And Nikki's here, and Patty, and Bob. Thank you. This is going to be so great. Cannot wait. I can't wait to share the masterclasses with you, Bob, tomorrow. Oh, so pumped. And Sarah's here. Awesome. And Patty, hello to you. And Sarah, love a good hustle with heart. I know you do. And your team is so beautiful, Sarah. It was such a pleasure to get to connect with you guys yesterday. Oh, I love that. And Jason's here. And Zook, what do you think about equality between girl and boy? Great question. Oh, I love this question because I love questions. But secondly, because ultimately I like to think, because I talk into men and women, differences between men and women, relationship dynamics, attraction, all of that great stuff, you know, a lot, because it's one of my favorite topics. I like to think that both men and women are absolutely equal, equal in terms of, you know, our worth and everything that we should be have access to in our lives. But we play different roles, and this is the dynamic that really ruins our relationships when we expect a man to play a woman's role or a woman to play a man's role. Now, I'm talking in general terms here because when we start talking masculine and feminine energies, we can be a man who's more feminine, a woman who's going to be more masculine, but at the end of the day, in general terms, generally speaking, women are going to be more playing that feminine role and men are going to be more so playing that masculine role. It's about a 75-25 split for both. So With that being said, equality across the board, but we play different roles. And when we can realize that, the roles and the strengths, that masculine energy that men can bring to a woman's life is different, right? And just as a woman's femininity and her strengths, what that can do and bring to a masculine man's life, when we can know and appreciate and own that and encourage those differences, we actually get to experience them, rather than what we can end up doing by default in our relationships, which is we're attracted by the differences in the beginning, but then those very differences they start to annoy us, and we want them to become like us, and we cancel each other out. We lose our attraction. Whole new different rabbit hole that I got to prevent myself from going down right now. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we need to learn and appreciate that we play different roles, we have different strengths, and we want each other to bring those wholeheartedly to our relationship dynamics. Equality is a different thing to our role playing. So we've got to be able to tap into that, because at the end of the day, if there's two of us, one of us is not necessary. So we don't want to be the same. We want to know that the differences that men and women bring are totally different. And we want to encourage that. We want to love that. We want to appreciate that. And that is what brings us together and creates real team, real depth, real attraction, and real everything great. We want those differences. So hope that answered your question in a roundabout way there, Zook. I love you being here. And Emad's here, and Phil and Sarah. What times are the classes on, please? Sarah, I know you're an Aussie like me, so I'm going to guess you're in Queensland, which is on the same time zone as Melbourne right now, where I am. So it's 11 a.m. tomorrow. I hope you can be there, Sarah, and I hope your team can be there as well. But yes, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. If you join the masterclasses and for whatever reason you can't make it live, the time doesn't suit, something's going on, don't stress, because you are going to have access to your very own membership site where everything is going to be recorded, uploaded. You're going to continue to have access to each and every one of our monthly trainings, plus all the worksheets, plus all the support and encouragement along the way as well, the whole time you're in the academy. So don't stress if you can't make things live. You'll never miss a beat. I won't let you. All right. So I hope that answered your question, Sarah, and anybody else from across the globe. If you want to check on the time, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Check it on World Time, buddy, and hope that you're going to join. And even if you can't make it live, join. I'll give you the recording. You'll have access to it in your own time. And everybody who can join live, you can go back over it. So don't stress. I'm going to make sure you get the absolute most out of everything. So thanks for the question, Sarah, and I hope to see you there. And German's here, and Ram, hustling with heart is the real joy leading to enlightenment. Hustling without heart is a burden leading to frustration. Boom. Drop the mic, Ram. That was so awesome. I love how you articulate things. That is so, so true. Such a good way of looking at it, and I absolutely love your words of wisdom. And Aaron's in the house. I love it. And Dawn, I trust and believe to figure things out. Yes, had to write it down, and believe and trust. So true and encouraging. Thank you for this. Awesome, Dawn, and always you too are such a beautiful action taker who I'm honored to share everything with, because I know you put it into action. It must be the teacher in you, being a great student. So I love that, Dawn, and always grateful to see your progress. You are a superstar. And Rose is here. Awesome. And Rob, deep as possible. Love it. Check it out. Are we surprised when winter comes? Oh, aren't we surprised when winter comes? Get excited about the problems that have not come yet. Absolutely. That's a big part of the work that I do in my 8-week empowerment program, to come up with creative solutions to the inevitable challenges that are going to come our way whenever we're moving towards a new result that we want to generate in our lives. So I love your empowered mindset, Rob. Abso-freaking-lutely. Spot on. And Aaron, dig deep, no fear, and connect to the present. Spoken like a true yogi. I love it, Aaron. So, so beautiful. Thanks for sharing your words of wisdom. And Shelley's here. And Aaron, namaste. And Donald, awesome to see you. And Joel and Sarah, I'm in Melbourne too. Oh, this is awesome. How long does the group run for? It goes for an hour. So what I'm going to aim to do with the monthly masterclasses is make the trainings between about 30 to 45 minutes, followed with some Q&A to round the hour out so that I can make sure you guys got all the tools, you're totally on board, you know what you're going to do and how you're going to take action. And definitely throughout the month, you're going to have access to our private inner circle community where any questions, we want to support each other. Such a beautiful community of extraordinary individuals who I'm super grateful for. I love you guys. My team, as I refer to you guys, if you want to be surrounded by the most beautiful like minds, you've got to come and join us in that community there. And Sarah, that's so awesome that you're in Melbourne. We should catch up. I love that. And Manuel is here. Hello to you. And George and Jolene and Rem, only with heart in the hustling can there be creativity, innovation, and breakthrough results. Boom, you are just on fire today, my friend. Absolutely. So spot on. And Rondi's here and Huss. Have any tips for coming up with more new empowering beliefs? Definitely. So first of all, what we need to do, it's not just about coming up with just like, oh, here's a bunch of new beliefs that I'm just going to instill within me. Where you're going to get the most impact and the most powerful empowerment from, I should say, is to start with where you might not think you'd want to. Start with, that will be the second step. Start with the goal in mind. What is it that you're really looking to create? What are you inspired by? Huss, I know you've got the tools to continue to go back on with the 8-week empowerment program. So start with that inspirational vision in total alignment with your values, as you know. And from there, okay, what are the fears? Utilize the limiting beliefs exercise. Come up with all the reasons why you don't really want to achieve that ideal vision. And from there, you're going to actually be able to, from those fears, ask yourself, what fears are driving these fears? What beliefs are driving these fears? And then you can do the turnarounds on those beliefs. And that is how you're going to create really solid and really empowering new beliefs. Not just beliefs for the sake of creating new, great, empowering beliefs, but actually ones that are going to completely revolutionize your action taking. So you don't get stuck in fear. You're actually making the shifts and changes on those beliefs that have been limiting you up until this point, and you do the turnaround on that belief. So for example, maybe the disempowering belief is maybe you're trying to lose weight. I always go to this example because health is just so easy. But you go to the example of you're trying to lose that weight, and your example of you tap into the fear, and your belief generating the fear of you not moving in that direction is, oh, it's going to cost me. I'm going to have to sacrifice the fun in my life in order to lose this weight. Say that's the belief that's driving your fears, right? So instead, what you want to do is, if you want to change your behavior in terms of, say, eating better and not just relying on your entertainment through food, right? Then you want to get rid of a kind of belief that's all about, oh, you have to sacrifice your fun in order to get that goal, and you want to completely transform it and do something like I know you've had the experience of in terms of that empowering statement, kind of becoming your own coach, which is something like, actually, I gain freedom when I look after my health. I'm not sacrificing anything. In fact, whenever I eat poorly, I'm sacrificing my energy, my enthusiasm, my connection, my attraction, all of that sort of stuff. So you stack all that up, and then you can start to generate a really empowering belief that will move you in that direction. Like, I am the kind of person who chooses long-term energy over short-term gratification. whatever it is. You know, you come up with it. It's got to be personified. It's got to be empowering for you. But I guarantee you, if you take the time to do this work, you will absolutely revolutionize your life, your results, your everything. So hope that that's a valuable answer for you there, Haas. And Oscar's here, and Manuel, and Elliot, and John, and Jabs, and Zook. What do you think a person committed suicide, they can not have strong to overcome it? Okay, going to make sense of the question and see if I got it right, Zook. But I think what you're asking is, why do people commit suicide? Why aren't they strong enough to overcome it? It comes down to fulfillment in their lives. And I'm always referring to what Tony Robbins says in this realm, which is, you know, a lot of us can have achievement without fulfillment, and ultimately that is the ultimate failure. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure, in his exact words there. And so what we need to do is, when somebody commits suicide, they've gotten to a point where they feel like and believe that they have exhausted all criteria, and they're living unhealthily and unresourcefully in their human needs. And ultimately they're missing the boat on the two needs of the spirit: their growth, a sense of personal growth and progress, and a sense of contribution. I'm actually going to be going seriously deep in the monthly masterclasses tomorrow about this, okay? So this is really empowering and enlightening stuff. But ultimately, that is the very short answer as to why people end their lives. You know, men will oftentimes die for significance. You know, that's how badly they're trying to meet one of their 6 human needs. And, you know, you can make yourself pretty significant when you kill yourself. And that's one avenue that kind of men in particular, that's why you might see that the suicide rates between men and women, men's suicide rate is a hell of a lot higher than women's is. You know, that's kind of one of the determinants that can be going on behind the surface. But at the end of the day, it is somebody who is generating a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Okay, so we need to be able to manage our own emotional states and have processes to be able to move through our emotions and not get trapped in thinking that everything is all bad and seeing something as only one-sided and not being able to see a compelling future outside of that. You know, we have to be able to do the work, and the 6 human needs is just one way of really being able to see and make sense of why we do what we do as human beings. And if we're missing fulfillment, which can only be accessed from tapping into both growth and contribution, that's oftentimes why we choose to end our lives. All right, so, and no fulfilled, truly rich and fulfilled human being ever commits suicide. Okay, so bear that in mind, and I hope that short answer to a very difficult question has served you there, Zook. And Judy's here. And Haas, love it, V. 1, pick a goal. 2, identify disempowering beliefs that are creating the fears. 3, turn those beliefs around into a new empowering beliefs. Boom. And your favorite, Haas, repetition is the mother of skill. You've got to recognize that those new beliefs, once you come up with them, you haven't rewritten the program just yet. You've taken the first step, but now you've got to have a process that you come back to daily. Even if you have those new empowering beliefs written, stuck on your mirror, stuck on the wall, stuck wherever, popping up on as a notification on your phone, whatever, you've got to have a process of really continuing to instill those beliefs and chuck the old ones out. So love that, Haas, my systems man. And Alexandra, yes, Vanessa, flipping the script and becoming and believing we are becoming our ideal, highest version of ourselves. Absolutely beautiful. Alexandria, my spirit sister, can't wait to see you tomorrow. And Safon's here, and Damien, howdy to you. And Gary's here, and Zook, thank you for your explanation. You're a real guide for us to go forward to achieve something better. Thank you so much, Zook. I'm really grateful that my answers contributed to you, my friend. And awesome, I love having you here. And Nancy, hello to you. And Huss, yes, got to get those reps in. Thank you so much. Blowing my socks off. I love it, Huss. So awesome. So guys, I really hope that you're going to join the monthly masterclass. Do not miss out. Less than 24 hours. It's all happening tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's going to be super empowering for each and every one of you. If you can't join live, don't worry. You have a membership site. You're going to have recordings. You're going to have access to everything. You will never miss a beat, and you'll be surrounded by an extraordinary quality of amazing human beings. So, as always, guys, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I hope it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary. And I really hope that today's message has empowered you and served you. And you're going to come and join the Limitless Potential Academy monthly masterclasses kickstarting tomorrow. Oh my God, super excited. And definitely, I cannot wait to see you guys, as always, tomorrow. Much love.